But as you guys know, we are on a mission, on a goal to try to reach 20,000 subscribers. Last time I checked, I believe we were only 400 subscribers away. So we are so close. It would mean a lot if you guys could help us reach our goal. We just need your support. If you enjoy daily Knick content like this, please consider hitting that subscribe button because it could really support all the great content that we're creating for you. So this game should have not been close. It should have been more of a blowout. But unfortunately for New York, it wasn't because every team that faces the Knicks gets up to play us, especially defensively. The Hornets are not a good defensive team, but against the Knicks, guess what? They awoke and they started going into every single possession, jumping inside the paint, making it hard on us to get any type of offense going. But there was one person we could count on to help us seal the game, and that was Jalen Brunson. I don't know where we would have been in this game or as a team if we didn't have the captain, the leader, Jalen Brunson. Without him, we don't win this game. We also don't win this game without Deuce McBride, Cam Payne, and Jericho Sims. Because when they're in the game, one thing changes for the better for New York, and it's our defense. And something that has to be called out, something that has to be talked about. And I'm a Mikal Bridges fan. Bridges, his defense, his offense, and how he's looking. I don't know about you guys, but at this point, even with the win, I'm concerned. We're going to break down everything that happened during today's game. Jalen Brunson's heroics, what Karl Anthony Towns did, how OG Anunoby was looking, the downfall of Mikal Bridges, and the rise of Deuce McBride. All of this and so much more today. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. And make sure you have notifications turned on so you don't miss a second of the new content. And now, let's get started. The Knicks escape Charlotte with the win. That's right, escape. We didn't blow them out. We didn't dominate them. They were undermanned. They were thin, but they were still utilizing who they had, utilizing their players, going to their bench, and they made it a hard game. They made it a competitive game. And from the first quarter, one thing you saw more than anything else was they were going to compete on the defensive end. And with a young team, one thing you cannot do is give them confidence, give them open shots, give them open looks, give them chances to drive inside and get that confidence up. And what did we do from the first possession on? Gave them open threes, gave them open looks, and got their confidence at an all-time high. Got them thinking that they could beat us. They could beat the Knicks. They could beat a championship contender. But when you don't play defense that well, your offense is not going well, you're missing shots that you normally would make, it's going to happen the exact same way. We saw basically a flashback of what we saw against the Dallas Mavericks. 15 points against them. First quarter again against the Charlotte Hornets for this game. 15 points again. I'm not sure what happened there, but the one thing I do know is the Knicks escaped Charlotte. We got the victory 99-98. And if you saw that last play, that last three that went in for Charlotte, it spun in the rim for what seemed like an eternity. Now, we're going to talk about what James L. Edwards had to say here. I'm not going to rob you guys of that. We're going to break down some of his comments, but we have to talk about Mikal Bridges. The lack of effort, the lack of energy, how he plays out there, the way we close out halftime with Josh Hart all the way open. He tries to pass to OG Anunoby with the defender clearly going in front of him. That's not only not being focused. You don't care. Your energy shows that. Mikal, we have stuff to talk about. But first, let's break down exactly what James L. Edwards had to say about the Knicks and how they won this ugly win against the Hornets. I never thought I would be so upset and disgusted with the Knicks win. But here we are. If you're happy with this victory, you can skip me on that. I am not proud or happy that we beat the Hornets by 1 point and they're missing 5 key players. James L. Edwards states, Knicks find a way to beat the depleted Hornets team, ending a 10-plus day road trip with a win. Saw some of the worst and the best of New York during this trip. They're a weird team right now with a lot to figure out. A lot of time to do so, though. Brunson with 31, Deuce with 14. But that's not the story, is it? We're not going to talk about Jalen Brunson saving us. Deuce McBride, the rise of Deuce McBride and how he saved us. No. We're not going to talk about that yet. 5 first-round picks. Traded for the defense. I don't care about the offense so much right now. Traded for the defense. And this is what we get. This is the Mikal Bridges that we get here. On the night, Mikal Bridges in Charlotte. 8 points. 3 of 10 from the field. Offense, whatever. Offense is going to be crappy. Let's just call it what it is. 3 turnovers. A game low -14. Mikal Bridges entered the game with 13 seconds left in that fourth quarter. He was last on the court with 8:25 remaining in the game. The main reason for that, ladies and gentlemen, is because of his lack of impact, his lack of effort, his lack of energy. I don't know where the Mikal Bridges that we traded for is, but that is not the Mikal Bridges we traded for. We did not kill all of our draft picks for the future to trade for somebody that cannot even focus enough on an inbound to know a defender's in front of the pass he's about to make. You are just not locked in. You can't be. There is no way. You can't be locked in when you play that way. Mikal Bridges was purposely not playing in that fourth because he did not have an impact where you needed him to. Deuce, on the other hand, what did Deuce McBride do for this team? Deuce tonight, 14 points, 5 of 9 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, 5 rebounds, and aggressive on offense, on defense, everywhere you needed him to be. He was there for you. He did exactly what you needed him to do off the bench. I believe he played 28 minutes tonight. 28 minutes that he needed to play, or we would have lost this game because Bridges was nowhere to be found. And when he was playing somewhat good defense, where was he playing that defense with? Campaign and either McBride or Jericho Sims, right? That means another starter or significant player is not in there with him. I'm going to criticize Mikal. I think I've done that. His lack of effort, his lack of energy, his lack of defensive intensity. It's disgusting. Terrible. As of right now, as we look at this trade, and I know a lot of people have been waiting for me to say this. If you're waiting for me to say this, you can clip this now then. Clip it. Go ahead. Right now, it looks like the Knicks completely got fleeced by this Brooklyn trade because Mikal is not even close to the player we traded for. He's the final piece if he's playing like the Mikal Bridges with the Phoenix Suns. If he's not playing like that, what is he? A kind of okay role player? Some games? That's not going to cut it. Not going to cut it for a Knicks team with championship aspirations. We had a bench player, 2 bench players if you really want to count it, in campaign and Deuce McBride. When they enter into the game, you can see a significant change in the positive way for our defense. Our defense looks better. Our players are more together. Everything is clicking more. Why? Why? Give me something to defend you with. Because if you don't, then I'm out here by myself. I'm on an island by myself. And all I can do is look at what you don't do. You don't give me that defense. You're not giving me lockdown defense. Bench players are outplaying you. It's Mikal, but it's also on Thibs. We need to use him differently. He needs to be the only starter that runs with the bench, because if he can do that, he might be able to thrive. He might be able to make a difference. We need to experiment with that. We need to do that, because if we don't, we're going to have games like this continuously. I don't want to win games only on offense, because when our offense is not there, how are we going to look? Like Dallas again? That's how we want to look? Not being able to get stops and getting destroyed? I don't want that. And the only way that changes is if Mikal Bridges changes, if he steps up, and if he's utilized a little bit differently. Mikal, Tom Thibodeau. Those two. I need adjustments and I need changes, and I need them fast. Shout out to our 2 stars, though, who helped us get this victory and try to win this game. Jalen Brunson was the savior. You can say whatever you want to say, but JB was the one that helped us win this game tonight. 31 points, 53% from the field, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 4 of 6 from three-point land. Jalen Brunson was doing it all for New York tonight. He was passing the ball, breaking down the defense, getting others involved, making hard three-point shots, making mid-range shots, everything. And that's what I appreciate from Jalen Brunson. Even getting some charging fouls. Jalen Brunson and his play today, how aggressive he was, because he knew in that first quarter the Knicks were settling too much, waiting too late in the shot clock. He corrected all of that when he came back in the second quarter. He was pushing the pace, making sure he was pushing the ball up court fast, finding players fast, and trying to make quick decisions. That was key right there, because when you do that, the defense doesn't get a chance to set. When they don't get a chance to set, what happens? They scramble, and that's exactly what the Hornets were doing. That's why the Knicks were getting back into the game. By halftime, we were only down 4. We were only down 4, though, because Mikal Bridges passes the ball to an open wide Hornets player, and he converts on 2 more points, essentially making it a 4-point play for the Hornets to close out the half. That's the only reason we were down. Before that, we were up. Going into the third quarter, I thought to start, our defensive energy was low. Our defensive energy in the second quarter was a little bit better. Our rebounding was a little bit better. We were battling on the boards. Not only Mikal Bridges, but also Josh Hart, also Karl Anthony Towns. I felt like everybody who was in the game at that point was battling for rebounds. Third quarter, that didn't happen. You know when it changed? It changed when Deuce and Payne came in the game. When they came in, everything shifted. The defense started looking better. Our closeout started looking better. Nobody could easily penetrate anymore. We were guarding them maybe a couple of feet out before they got even into the paint. That means they couldn't have a good first step before they blew by you. Cat tonight, 19 points, 8 of 16 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, and 6 turnovers. 6 turnovers. You watched this game like I did. You saw what I saw, ladies and gentlemen. Karl Anthony Towns, by the numbers. Offensively, you'll look at it, you'll say, oh, 8 of 16 from the field. Oh, that's not too bad. You didn't watch the game if you're saying that. You didn't. The number of shots he missed in the paint that were either point blank or with little to no resistance, mind-boggling. He was bothered by smaller defenders again. Helped too often in the paint again, and then allowed more cutters inside the paint. Wide open three-point shots at the wing. Not the only reason, because he's not the only problem we have on defense. Mikal's a problem. At times, Jalen's a problem. At times, Hart's a problem. Consistency is a problem. Team defense is a problem. We just don't know how to play consistently as a team for defense for a maybe, I don't know, a 48-minute period. We sometimes can play it for 24 minutes, maybe play it for a quarter, but never consistently enough. Let's keep it going with the team stats here. The Knicks today shot 44% from the field. The Hornets, 40%. The Knicks from 3, 37%. The Hornets, 31. Turnovers, my goodness. Just not part of our character. We don't turn the ball over. We're one of the best teams at not turning the ball over. 44 rebounds for New York, 39 rebounds for the Hornets. Again, we're winning the rebound battle, but not by much. What was that, a couple of rebounds? That wasn't anything. Looking at the team stats here, we went through some of the percentages here. I want to go through the team assist numbers. Assists, 20 assists for the Knicks to 25 for the Hornets. You're not beating a team like that. You passed the ball 20 times. When we beat Denver, we passed it 45 times. Normally, when we're winning games, we have an average of 30 assists as a team. We're not beating anybody passing the ball 20 times, barely beating them on the boards, allowing them to shoot pretty okay from the field. And then we're not making threes either. Our offense is struggling. Remember, this Knicks team does not hold its hat anymore on defense. It's offense. That's how we win. And if we struggle on offense, This is how the games are going to look. But if you look here, though, the way that the Hornets were trying to go up against us, this shot chart looks very, very similar to more or less everything that we see on a night-to-night basis, doesn't it? Almost every team gets at us at the exact same way. Look at the way the Charlotte Hornets shot that three. And a lot of times when they shot those threes, they were open. They were not even remotely close to being, guarded or anything like that. They weren't contested. Maybe some of the threes were, but most of them, especially the threes that they got open, late closeouts or no closeouts at all. The Knicks need to do better with perimeter defense because our defense in general right now is bad. Transition, bad. Interior, bad. Perimeter, bad. We need to clean it up. We need to fix our defense. That's going to give us the best chance to stay in games and win games. But if we allow teams to shoot open threes and they're hot that night and they're lights out, we're never going to win games because threes will always beat twos, no matter how many you make. But thank you guys so much for joining this show and enjoying this episode. I hope you did. And if you did, please go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Happy holidays. Have a good weekend. And I'll catch you guys on the other side. Peace and love.